What's up, America? You just tuned into another great, exciting, informative edition of the Power Hour with your host, me, Power. And today I have Mrs. Power in the studio with me. And of course, you guys will not see her on the screen, but you will hear her lovely voice. Mrs. Power, say hello to the people, my darling.
Hello.
So, anyway, today's subject is a Mississippi church in Jackson, Mississippi, Crystal Springs, Mississippi to be exact, would not marry a couple because they were black. So I did my little reporting. Got my Channel 5, Channel 3, Channel 10 news reports here. So this is what I got. The couple had booked the wedding months in advance. They had everything ready, guys. They had the invitations ready. They had, the wedding cake ready, the dress, the tuxedo, bridesmaids, all of that stuff planned out. And I want to say like 2 to 3 days prior to the wedding, the pastor of the church calls the couple, and the couple's name is Mr. and Mrs. Charles and T. Andrea Wilson. So they said that the pastor called them and said that they couldn't perform the wedding. Well, I take that back. That they could not have the wedding there. That they had to choose another venue because they were black, and of course the pastor is white. So digging deeper into the story, um, they said that the churches, first of all, I'm sorry guys, the name of the church is the First Baptist Church in Crystal Springs, Mississippi. They said that the church has never had a black wedding there since its founding, which was founded in 1883. Okay, was there even any black people around in 1883 in Mississippi? Of course there were. So why there were no black churches, who knows? I'm sorry, black weddings, who knows? But anyway, they said they had never had a black wedding at the church. All right. So they said that the members of the church, again, the members, the congregation, was so pissed off that the pastor, his name is Sean Weatherford, was going to marry this black couple, that they threatened to oust him of the pastorship. So to save his job, he told them that he wouldn't marry them at that church, but he would marry them at another black church further on down the road. So that's pretty much it. They say that the residents of Crystal Springs, which happens to be, I guess it's a small town. It's about 5,000 residents, black and white. They said that the residents were outraged, but my wife said, Mrs. Power said, who the hell are the racist members of the church that didn't want them to be there? So America, I want you guys to write in and give me your thoughts all across the world. You know what I mean? I have a tendency to say America, but I know my show, quote unquote, is worldwide right now. So France, UK, Australia, because those are different places that, tune in. I want you guys' views. Mrs. Power, you've heard this story, honey. You've read it with me before we did it. What's your views on it? Speak up for us.
I personally think um, it's terrible that we still have these issues.
Right,
It's 2012.
right.
I would think that we'd be past it. As far as this couple, I would say for the people who had an issue with them getting married in the church, don't go to the wedding. Who said your ass was invited anyways?
And here's the thing. If you guys are wondering, like I was wondering, and I'm surprised you didn't ask me, the Wilsons, who's the black couple, they're not members of the church. They have an uncle who's employed by the church. They frequent the church a lot, but they're not members of the church. Now, they didn't show this church. I guess it was a beautiful church or something, or I guess Pastor Weatherford preaches a great sermon or something. I don't know. But just as Mrs. Power said, I'm not shocked that this kind of stuff is still going on in
It's just
2012.
sad.
I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm a little shocked that in 2012 people are just so outgoing with it. And I don't care if you're black, I'm outgoing with your racism. If you're white, if you're Chinese, if you're Hispanic, if you're French, if you're African, whatever. I'm just surprised that people are so outgoing. And I have done a couple of shows. The Gwyneth Paltrow tweets nigger show. I've done the $350 racist Adidas show, and I had a lot of Caucasians write in to me and say that I'm racist, or here go black people crying and crying an N word, or crying wolf or whatever. I'm not that person. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. My thing is this: if it's bullshit, is bullshit. I don't give a damn who it happens to, what race it happens to. This is some bullshit. And I try not to curse in this show, baby. I'm trying. But this is some bullshit. So, anyone who wants to write in and say that, black people or we're being sensitive or whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. You know what I mean? Because if the shoe was on the other foot, if you guys went to a church or if another race went to, Taco Bell, or if a white person went to Taco Bell and there's nothing but Mexicans behind, the counter, and they say, well, see, we're not going to serve you because you're white. Y'all going to get mad. It is what it is. Y'all going to get mad. So I don't want to hear that. So this is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Just like,
It's not like they were asking to get married in the middle of Sunday service.
Right.
I'm sure, like with a lot of churches here, you don't necessarily have to be a member of the church in order to get married there. It may cost you to do that. Get married at a church that you're not a member of.
Yeah.
I just don't see what the big deal was.
Well, it's in Mississippi. You ain't heard of Mississippi burning?
Again,
That's the
I
big
don't see
deal.
what the big deal is.
No, I
could
don't
care
either.
less who gets married at the church that we attend. That's not my business. It's not. I mean,
My thing is this: if same-sex marriage is cool, then anybody should be able to get married wherever they want to.
anybody should be able to get married.
Period.
Well,
I mean,
as long as it's not children, all that. But
Yeah. But anyway, so America, that is the subject for tonight. Mississippi Church, Crystal Spring, because we are going to oust them. Crystal Springs, Mississippi. I wish I had the zip code for y'all and the address and such as that, but it don't have to go that deep. I'm just playing. But that's the subject. Mississippi Church refused to marry a black couple. Everybody, my viewers, everyone who just checks me out on YouTube or whatever, I want to know y'all views on this subject. What do you think? Holla back. Thank you for tuning in. Mrs. Power, say goodnight to the people, love.
good night.
Good night. She's so, I know, she's just, I don't know
Leave her
why she
alone.
acts like that. It's my baby, though. I love her.